Morning everybody, thank you for joining me today on Totally Beads. We are making a beautiful statement collar necklace. So we're going to be using some gorgeous little spacer beads and some beautiful glass pearls to make this really gorgeous collar type necklace. So I'm hoping you're all okay. I hope you've had a very nice weekend. It was beautiful and sunny where I was, so I went for lovely little walk in the Lake District. Nothing I like more than being surrounded by nature, trees, lakes, mountains, and my husband and my son. So we had a really, really lovely weekend. So let me know how you are doing. What have you been up to? Have you been making anything? I've seen a few things on the handmade group, which are beautiful, so keep sharing them. Good morning to you. How are you doing, Ollie or Mai? Are you okay? So Ollie, sorry, I can never pronounce your name properly. Ollie Yume, is that right? Is here in the comments, and so is Lisa. Good morning, Lisa. She says, hi, Natalie. So I hope you're all well. I hope you're all doing good and you're ready to get making. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to the website. I'm going to show you our beautiful bundles today. I'm also going to show you the fabulous offer that we've got on. So yeah, heavily discounted today if you're buying multiple colours, if you can't decide on your colour choice. Good morning to Lucy. Good morning to Camille. She says it's a bit dull today after a nice weekend. Hope you had a good weekend. I did. It was lovely. It has gone quite dull though now, I agree. It was sunny and bright this morning, but now it's just overcast. So as long as it saves it for the weekend when we can go out and enjoy ourselves, I don't mind. Good morning to Jitty, good morning to Kim, and good morning to Marcia. So off we go to the website. Let me take you over. Wait till you see these. I did give you a sneaky peek of them last week. So yeah, looking forward to them today. So you're going on totallybeads.co.uk. As always, you can click in the video tutorial category, and we are doing the Adore necklaces. They've been called Adore because they're just beautiful and I adore them. So have a little look in here. We're using the glass pearls today, and we've got all these gorgeous colours for you to choose from. So there's 6 colours, and they are only £7.50 for this beautiful necklace, but there is a buy and get 25% off. So not great with maths. What does that work out? £3, £4, something maybe. So have a little look. We've got the gorgeous aqua, green, jet black, magenta, purple, and a silver pearl. So let's have a look at them. This is what you get in your kit today. Everything you need to make these beautiful. So it's going to contain in your kit the antique silver metal spacers. They're beautiful, and they just give this lovely shine collar to what you're going to be wearing. There's 2 sizes of your glass pearls. So there's the 8mm and the 6mm, and that's going to give it that lovely curved shape. We've also got a whole reel of Tigertail in there, and you're getting your Lobster Clasp, your Crimp Beads, your Calottes, and your jump rings. So all the findings that you need to make up one of these beautiful necklaces, and they're all in rhodium, so they will all match your gorgeous silver metal spacer bars. So they are £7.50, and that is your aqua blue. It's a very pretty colour. We've also got the green, which is very spring-like, a little bit regal looking. Again, you're getting everything you need in there with your 8mm and your 6mm glass pearls, all of your findings, metal spacer bars. So it's £7.50 today. But if you can't decide, you're thinking, oh, I really like the blue one, but I also want the black one because that's going to go with everything, then pop them both in your basket. It's buy 2 and get 25% off. This one is your jet black. They do look much better on than the way I've photographed them here. They're lying flat, so they don't have the right shape as in terms of how it's going to sit on your collar. So it's going to be, I've made them so they're quite short, so they sit quite high around your neckline, and they look very, very beautiful that way. But if you want to make them longer, you can adjust them by just adding a few more of your pearls in there. So that one is jet black. We've also got the magenta. So if you like pink, this one is for you. It's very, very pretty. Again, all findings are rhodium plated, and that's going to match your metal spacer bars that we've included there for you. We've got the pastel purple, which is like a lavender colour. It's very soft, very, very pretty. Again, lovely and spring-like, loving the pastels at the moment. So £7.50 for your pastel purple. And the one I'm going to be demoing for you today with is the silver pearl. It's really, really gorgeous. So all of the findings that you need, all of the pearls, you're going to get a whole reel of your Tigertail, and these are your gorgeous, gorgeous pearls in your kit as well. So 6 colours to choose from today, but you can get that offer if you can't decide. They're only £7.50 each, but buy 2 and get 25% off. Means you don't have to struggle too much choosing. You can just have more than one. So let me see where you are all at and what you're all up to. All my comments have come in now, which is lovely. I think there was a slight delay this morning, unless you're all just getting yourself ready with a cuppa. So I've said good morning to Carol, good morning to Nicole, good morning to Sharon. She says, morning Natalie and Creative Bead and Ears. Good morning to Francis and Anne. Lucy has shared the link for you today. Thank you, Lucy. So we are doing the beautiful Adore collar necklace. Good morning to Joanne and Pamela. She says, good morning, Natalie and everyone. Good morning to Lucy Ann. Duluth, sorry. Good morning to Louise. She's in West Coast, USA. So thank you so much for joining us today. Good morning to Debbie. She says she's not watched in a while. What have you been doing, Debbie? I hope you're okay. Good morning to Charlotte. Good morning to Janice. She says, good morning, everyone. Sunny now in Swansea. So I might head down to your way later then. Catch that sun. Be a little bit of a sun chaser. Good morning to Angela. She says, good morning to everybody. Linda says, good morning, Natalie. Wonderful Spain here. It has rained for 2 weeks now and more to come. Enjoying watching you. I hope you had a safe trip out, Linda. I was thinking about you, thinking I'm sure she'll be there now. So I hope you're having a very lovely time. Do come back to us eventually. I know our beautiful weather is hard to resist, but enjoy yourself while you're there. Good morning to Sheila. She says, good morning, Natalie and everybody. A beautiful day in Washington. I think that's Tyne and Weir, isn't it? Good morning to Sue. She says, morning all. Can't decide what the weather's doing here in Staines. There's a definite cloud base, but it looks quite bright too. Maybe it will brighten up a little bit later. Usually, as you know, we start here in the UK at 10 o'clock, and as soon as we do, it tends to go very bright on my mat. I am just wondering if my camera is okay. Just do bear with me. My downward facing camera seems to have disappeared. I do apologise. That was all ready to go. I don't know what's happened. So let me continue to read my comments while we get this sorted. It says my stream is having issues connecting. So I hope that's not the case. Let's try again. It's always something, isn't it? It was working perfectly just as I started. And then as I had a little look about weather, it all seemed to go a little bit wrong. So it's just telling me I'm connecting. You're not going to be able to see what I'm doing otherwise. So just bear with. Do apologise. Not a great start, is it? There we go, that's better. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll get to see what I'm doing down on my mat. Good morning to Pauline. She says, good morning, Natalie, and all beautiful sunny morning here. A lovely day in Sussex, says Angela. Good morning to Victoria and Joe and Alison and Judith. Alison is in Cape Town, so thank you so much for joining us wherever you're from. We do ship internationally, so if there's anything you want, we can do the conversion for you on the website as well. Good morning to Penny. She says, can you put a necklace on to show us, please? I can, Penny. I might have to do it that way. I might have to make upwards if my camera stops working. Good morning to Mickey, who's in Kansas. Good morning to Amelia. Good morning to Debbie. Camille says, it's a Monday. You know, I always make sure I'm like set up a good hour before I start. Everything's working, all my streams are going, and then there's always something, isn't there, with me? I don't know what you're chatting about. You're having a conversation amongst yourself, I think, Angela, so I'm not too sure. But right, okay, let me take you down on the mat while the camera's working, and I'll show you these colours. So here we go, fingers crossed. So we've got some absolute beauties for you today. As I say, they don't look as wonderful lying flat, so I am going to put one on as Penny has asked me to. Again, my collar isn't probably the best one to show it off. Something with like a square neck would look beautiful with these. So these are your colours that we've got for you. We've got this stunning, stunning green one. Let me hold this up. So you can see we've got these beautiful antique silver metal spacer bars running through, and that just gives it that lovely collar look. So that one is your green. The silver pearl I'm going to be wearing and making for you today. In fact, I might put, I'm going to put the purpley one on, I think, to show you, which is this one. So as I say, it looks quite very soft, kind of lilac-y sheen to this. Beautiful colour. Your jet black is going to go with everything. Just think if, it's been a long time since I've gone to like a fancy ball or something, but I think this would look gorgeous with a beautiful gown. But you can wear these whenever. As I say, life's too short, isn't it? Let's get the gorgeous glass pearls out and wear them regularly. This one is your magenta. And this one is the beautiful, beautiful blue. Lovely light blue colour. You've got your aqua pearls in there. And again, I think they all look really lovely with those spacers. So let me put one on for you. I will just pop them out the way. And I'll let you look at this while I'm putting it on. So really easy to pop on. They are just lobster clasps. You can use any clasp you want with these, but the lobster clasp, I think, looks very, very nice. So if I bring me up, look at them. They're so pretty. You probably can't see because I've decided to wear a floral top, so it's not showing it off as lovely. But the way it sits is just lower than my collarbone, which means a lilac would possibly go well with the jumper I'm wearing today, says Sue. Pop it in your basket. So they are very lovely. I'm going to keep this on while I'm making because they're so comfortable to wear as well. Okay, really straightforward to do. Let's see if I can get you back down on my mat. Fingers crossed my camera stays working and all of the feeds are working too. So to begin, I'm going to take 2 lengths of my Tigertail. I've just cut this off the reel. I've popped it in my little bead holder to stop them sliding off. And I usually work from the middle outwards when I'm making a Tigertail necklace. What I'm going to start off with is I'm going to start with those spaces in between. So I've probably cut about 50 centimetres, maybe a little bit more of my 2 lengths of Tigertail. Now, fabulous tip, I think it was Diane that told me this. If you take it off your reel, your Tigertail, and it's starting to curl, with your nail, just run it in the opposite direction, and that should straighten it up a little bit and get rid of some of those curls. So you can see that's quite curly at the moment. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but just running my nail across that will straighten it up a little bit. So I'm going to take all of my things that I need, which will be my beautiful antique silver spacer bars. So you can see they've got a gorgeous diamante. I've moved my camera now. I'm not quite in shot of where I was before. So these are my beautiful spacers. You can see there's a gorgeous diamante in the middle to catch the light. It's got like these little heart shapes either side. So again, fitting into that adore feeling. And Mandy says, morning Natalie, beautiful necklaces. Oh, hello Bridget. She says, hello, I finally made it to the live. Well, welcome. and you'll see we've got 2 holes on the top and on the bottom, so you don't have to worry about which way round these go. Either way, they look the same. This is the back of them, so they've got a plain back, and they'll fit really lovely and fit nice against your collarbone. So they are the spaces that we are using today. And I'm going to pop 20 in my design. You get 20 in your pack. You can use less if you want to, it doesn't matter. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to check as I attach them that these 2 holes are clear and there's nothing blocking any of them. Sometimes you might get a little blockage in them, but your Tigertail is lovely and thin, very strong material, but that means they'll fit into tiny gaps. So if there is a slight blockage on one of them, you'll still get your Tigertail through. So just having a little look through them, checking they're all perfect and wonderful. It only happens once in a blue moon. But as I say, you don't have to use all 20 of these. You might want to use less and make up a little pair of earrings or something to match. So they are my spaces. Penny says loving them on. They do look so much better on than when they're lying flat, and I always struggle sometimes when I'm photographing them because I think I want you to be able to see how beautiful these products are and how lovely the designs are, and sometimes I don't think on a photograph it does them justice. So I've got 2 sizes of pearls here. I've got my 6 and my 8mm pearls, and I'm just going to cut them off my string. So I'm going to start with my 6. I need to start using my scissors instead of my wire cutters to cut my strings. You can sharpen them, but I'm just blunting them otherwise. So I'm just going to trim them off. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to start popping on. I'm going to have my 2 pieces of Tigertail. So I'm going to have this one as the top and this one as the bottom. And I'm just going to start threading on to the top one. So I'm popping on the smaller pearl, the 6mm. Just pop that out the way for now. And then I'm just going to add on one of my spacer bars. And I'm just going to start laying that down to make sure that they're all facing upwards to me. Good morning, Mina. Hope you're doing well. So all I'm doing is alternating between one of my 6mm pearls and a spacer bar. And I'm going to continue with that till I've used the amount of spacers that I want. So Tigertail is fabulous material to do stringing jewellery with. It is my go-to. If I'm not using wire, I'm using Tigertail. I find it very, very strong. It's made of lots of, I think it's like a nylon coated wire. So it's flexible. And it's just, I think it just gives really easy projects to make with. But you get some beautiful, beautiful looks, and you can add whatever clasps and findings you like to these. I've got that little frog in my throat again. I'm not standing up to go and get my coffee because I'll probably knock something and my camera will go off. Mina says she's in the office today and she missed the start as she went to check the post. Were you waiting on work post, Mina, or were you waiting on another Totally Beads order? I hope you had a wonderful time at the NEC. I've seen you at the show taking photographs of Simon. You need to let me know what goodies you got and if you spent a small fortune. Always a tip, if you're anything like me, and you live with your partner and they're wondering what it is you're ordering again, don't tell them what you've spent. Tell them how much you've saved. So today you can say, well, I got 25% off these 2 beautiful necklaces. Yeah, word it that way. She says she's got no money left now and she's working at the office today. I bet you get some things delivered to the office though, don't you, Mina? Lucy says, Simon looks so tall in that picture. I don't know how tall Mina is, but Simon is very tall. In fact, the whole Robinson household is very tall. And I'm not. I think I'm about 5 foot. I'm going to say 5'3", but I'm not. I'm probably more like 5'2", 5'2.5". Everybody in my family is also very tall. My mum and my dad are really tall. My sister's very tall. So as I'm the youngest, I don't know, maybe I just got the scrapes of the barrel in terms of the genes. So all I'm doing here is I'm just adding on my gorgeous 6mm pearls. I'm using this beautiful silver pearl colour today. They're very, very pretty. And I'm just alternating that with my spacers. So as I say, I've not checked them all. I'm hoping I don't get halfway through and notice one of my spacers has a little bit of a blockage. But they should all be good. Lucy says, I'm only 4'10". I'd only come up to his waist. Oh my goodness, you're smaller than me, Lucy. Good things come in small packages. Unless it's a totally beads order and then you want a big package. You want the biggest parcel. Camille says, I think I'm the same as you, Natalie, but I think I'm shrinking now with age. Yeah, well, this is why I'm like, well, I was 5'3". No, I'm shrinking. I'm getting wider on the waist and smaller in height. So adding those on, and then I'm coming up to my last beautiful little connector. And then I'm going to add some more pearls onto this in a little while. In fact, I'm going to finish off. So I'm going to pop 4 little pearls on here. You can adjust this size. So if you want to make it a little bit larger, as we're all talking about height and size, obviously we're all fabulous, we're all different. If you need to adjust this size, you can just add on more of these pearls if you need to. So this is my top one, and we'll add those extra pearls onto that side too. And all I'm going to do now is do exactly the same, running through the bottom holes in the connector, but I'm going to be adding on my larger pearls now. So I'm going for my 8mm pearls. So I'm just popping that on, picking up my spacer, and continuing that. So each time you go through the hole in your metal spacer bar, you're just going to add another one of the pearls. Now the fact I'm putting the larger pearls on the bottom and the slightly smaller pearls at the top means I'm going to get this lovely curved shape. Don't worry too much about them sitting close together, because you can pull them all up and tighten it all up as we add the others on. So it's quite a quick make, very simple and very straightforward to do. Your beautiful metal spacers are doing all the work for you. So as you can see now, it's starting to make that lovely curve. It's just a case of threading on those pearls and threading through your gorgeous spacers. I'd love to see different designs that you come up with using these as well. And you can do multi-layered ones, but I think just using, you could add another row along the bottom if you wanted to. but I think using these gorgeous spacer bars just gives that kind of extra dimension really to your makes. Diane says she's the same as me. She's shrinking and wide. So all I'm doing is just popping that through. And I like to work like this. I like to lay it flat. And if I do my center kind of focal with the spacers first, then all I have to do is just string on and then join these pieces of Tigertail together. So I've got my beads mixed up there, so let me just separate them out a little bit. So larger pearl on the bottom, and then through the spacer. The pearls are beautiful. I love a glass pearl. They're just so elegant, and I think they look a little bit classy, especially when you do them on a design like this. Diane says, is this similar to the Billy bracelet? No, not really. I'm trying to remember what the Billy bracelet was. Was that with the split rings? Was that with the split rings? I can't remember. But no, I don't think so. It may be. I can't remember, Diane. I'm going to have to go back through and see what we named things. It might be. Did we use spacers for them? I'm thinking that's the split ring one. Pauline says it looks great. And Penny says she's just ordered the green and lilac. Lovely, Penny. With extra spacers. Yeah, always worthwhile getting the extra spacers, to be honest. As I say, I think you get 20 in your pack. So I tend to use all 20 for one necklace. But it's entirely up to you if you want to make this curve smaller, if you want to make it larger. It's just your preference. Diane says it was with the spacers similar to this. Well, then you probably know better than I do, Diane. I make that much stuff. Once I've made it, I kind of forget what we've done. It's only when I go back through the video tutorials that I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. I love that one. So we've got some lovely things coming up for you soon. I'm going to be back with you on Wednesday, and we're going to be making some rings, which are a little bit different, to be honest. And I also think are quite gender neutral. So that might be something you would like to do with us. This is Tigertail make. Wednesday we'll be using a little bit of wire. What else have we got coming up for you? Oh, there's just so much. We've got some more elasticated bracelets as well. So lots of different materials, lots of beautiful products coming your way to a screen near you. Okay, so I've just added on through my last spacer, and then I'm going to add one more of my large pearls, and then I'm going to add 4 of my small pearls. So I'm adding on 1 of my 8mm, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 of my 6mm. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these 2 pieces of Tigertail together, and I'm going to continue to string on just 1 more of my 6mm pearls, and that's going to go through both of my Tigertail. Sorry, my camera's not where it was. So what I've done is I've staggered those two ends of my Tigertail, and that will just get that bead on with ease. And as that comes on, that's going to join them together and give me that lovely shape. If I need to, I can move these down. I think I might have to actually, just to give myself a little bit more space on this side. So if that's the case, all I need to do is just pull those bits of Tigertail, and we can tighten these up together. So again, on this side, where I've added my lovely connectors and alternated them with my beads, I'm going to add 4 of the 6mm onto the top row. So I have 1 there already. And on my bottom row, I've got 1 of my 8mm pearls next to my spacer, and I'm going to add on another 4. So it will be the same on both sides. Oh, Jacqueline, thank you so much for the stars. That's really, really appreciated. And Penny says, I've got extras so I can make some more with my pearl stash. I did see the beautiful necklaces that you shared. Did you share them this morning, Penny, or did I just see them this morning? And they had, you had a little spacer on either side of there, so that looked gorgeous. Okay, I'm just going to bring up a little bit more Tigertail. So if I've not quite started in the centre, all I need to do is just reposition, sliding them down. And now I can start adding on to this side. So I'm going to bring them both together, and I'm going to bring them together with 1 of my 6mm pearls, and that's going over both strands of my Tigertail. Got a little bit of gorgeous finish just running over that pearl. It still fits on. So that's going to give me this shape. And as you see, as I kind of pull and adjust, they will make this lovely kind of curved shaping. And now I'm just going to add on to both of these sides, and I'm going to do them at the same time, so I don't need to count my pearls. I'll just make sure that they're even on both sides. And it's up to you how you want to graduate this up. You might want to just add the 8mm. You might want to do a few 6mm in between. It's your design, so it's up to you. I'm going to now start adding on to both ends of my Tigertail my larger 8mm pearls. So threading that through both of my Tigertail strands. I think I'm going to do some 8mm running on both sides, and then I might go back down to some of the smaller ones towards the back. So it's entirely up to you how long you want to make this. Let me see on this design how many I've used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that right? Yeah. So what I've done on my prototype is I've added 12 of the large 8mm pearls to each side of my collar. Again, you can add in the smaller ones if you like. Maybe you've got some crystals in your stash and you want to add some of them in as well. Entirely up to you. Penny says, thank you. I put it on last night. I like using decorative spacers. Well, I do too. And I think the spacers in this are just really, really lovely. And I think if you can pop in a spacer here and there in between whatever you're making, whether it's with pearls or crystals, can just give it that extra bit of specialness. So all I'm doing is I'm alternating. Each time I pop a pearl onto one side of my necklace, I'm adding one onto the other side too. You don't have to if you're using all the same size. You might just want to add 12 on, or however many you're using, whatever is quickest for you, whatever method you like to do. I tend to do it this way when I'm chit-chatting, and that way it will sit evenly. I won't have more on one side than the other. Oh, Penny says, definitely put some crystals. Love a bit of sparkle. Well, you've got gorgeous sparkle running through here on those spaces. So yeah, a little bit of sparkle through the necklace would look lovely as well. And you can make it your own as well. I know we've always got lots of little things left over. So if I'm making a necklace like this, I'm going to have pearls left over. And you might think, I've got something in my stash which I can add to this. And just as I say, make it a little bit more unique to you. But everything in your kit today that you need, you are getting. So it's going to come with your 2 sizes of your pearls. It's going to come with a whole reel of your Tigertail. It will come with those gorgeous metal spacer bars. And you're also going to have your findings in there as well. Thank you, Lucy. So if you are enjoying our makes, please give us a thumbs up, push the like button, make sure you subscribe so you get, hopefully, the notifications. Doesn't always work, it's been playing up a little bit lately, but you'll be notified when we're going live and of forthcoming events. So Totally Beads will always add, coming up on such and such, we're making this, that or the other. And if there's something you like, you can set a little reminder on your notifications so you don't miss it. And as you know, you can always go back into the tutorial category on the web page. And if there's anything you want to watch again, or maybe you didn't get a chance to watch it live, you can find them all on there. There's hundreds of them. So you'll see how quickly this is coming together. It's really straightforward to do. I'm literally just bead stringing. So as I say, this is why I love Tigertail. It's very easy to use. And you can do multiple strands of it. So I've got 2 pieces of Tigertail running through one of those pearls, which is bringing these together. So I don't think it's going to get any brighter here today now, looking at it. It's not quite burnt through. It's looking overcast and cloudy. But we did have a lovely, lovely weekend. My husband did a little bit of gardening yesterday with help from my little boy, who is a big 4 on Friday. I can't believe it. So we'll probably be having a very busy weekend next weekend as well. Not quite sure what we're doing, but I'm sure it'll involve some days out and a whole lot of cake. Patricia says, good morning, Bead and family. I'm a bit late today. We'll catch up later and put my order in. Well, hello to you, Patricia. We are making beautiful adore collar necklaces today using 2 sizes of the gorgeous glass pearls and some beautiful antique silver metal spacer bars. So how many have I got here? Let's check the length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that would probably be a nice size for me. Let's check I've done the right on the same other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I might just to finish off with add a couple of the smaller. So again, you can add whatever size pearls you want. You can mix and match if you want, so you can alternate between them. Or you can just stick with one size, or maybe a little cluster of the 6mm pearls in between. It is entirely up to you. And all I'm doing is adding whichever size pearls I want onto both of those ends of Tigertail. So I've got 2 Tigertail pieces running through. As I say, I do stagger the ends on my Tigertail, just find it a little bit easier to get them to go through the pearls. So I'm going to finish off with 3 of the small ones. This will make it sit a little bit lower on my neckline because I've added in those extra pearls. But if you're not miniature sized like some of us, you will find that's the right length. So I've done all of the bead stringing that I want. All I'm going to do is I'm going to give my Tigertail a little bit of a pull to tighten up my pearls so they're sitting as I'd like them to, where they connect there. And I'm going to leave my necklace in this curved shape as I start to add on my findings. Oh, thank you, Alison. She says an absolute fabulous tutorial. Well, thank you very much. I wasn't too sure how it was going to go at the beginning, I'll be honest, when my camera just stopped working. You have to see me standing up and whatnot. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my calottes. So you get 2 calottes in your kit, which is all you need. They're all rhodium plated, so they're going to match lovely with your spacers. So I'm going to put my calotte on. It's got a little hole at the bottom, and that's what I'm going to run my 2 pieces of Tigertail through. So they come out, and I've got those 2 little links at the top. And now I'm going to add on 2 of my crimp beads. So my crimp beads again are going to go over both of my pieces of Tigertail. And I'm going to take my pliers. I'm just going to make sure that's pushed down close to that pearl. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of a push, little bit of a squish, just to crimp that. And I am adding 2 onto each side, just for that extra security. So I always tend to crimp one first, and then crimp the other one on top. Now, if you want to, you can bring these pieces of Tigertail back through your pearls if needed, but I don't think it's needed personally. Now I've got those 2 crimp beads on. So I'm just going to trim off the ends of my Tigertail. And then I'm going to fold over my calotte with my fingers. And then with my pliers, I'm going to give that a little push down. So that makes this kind of bead shape, I suppose, on my calotte, sorry, just to cover over those crimp beads. And that will make sure that those 2 little holes are lined up nicely to get my jump ring through. Oh, lovely. Pauline says, I shall be ordering a couple of these kits. They are fab. Well, I'm so glad that you like them. Okay, same on this side. Again, I'm just going to give them a little bit of a pull. I want to make sure that all of my pearls are running up close to that crimp and that there's not too much of a space and a gap where they join. I'm going to add on my calotte to both ends of the tiger tail. And then I'm going to add on 2 crimp beads. So I'm going to add my first one on, making sure that goes over both of those pieces of tiger tail. And then I'm going to hold my necklace so it's still in its curved shape. And I'm going to make sure that that crimp bead is going to hold my calotte close down to that pearl. And then add another one. I mean, jewellery making just I never not get astounded by the fact that you can use just a few little bits of materials and you can create such gorgeous pieces of jewellery with absolute ease. Trim them off and do exactly the same on this side. So all I do is I just close it over a little bit with my fingers. You'll see that they are separated out at the moment. And then using my pliers, I just give it a little gentle press. I don't really want to distort this shape, but with a little bit of gentle pressure, that's going to close that over and make sure that they line up. Leslie says, I just ordered 2, looking forward to making them. Well, thank you so much, Leslie, for ordering. You have got your fabulous discount on there as well. So now I'm just going to add on 2 of my jump rings. These are included in your kit, and they are 6mm jump rings. And you're also going to need your lobster clasp. So it's up to you in terms of if you're left-handed, right-handed, what side you like to put your clasp on. I always tend to put my clasp on this side. So I'm going to open up my jump ring, and to do that I'm going to take 2 pairs of pliers and I'm going to hold them so there's just the opening at the top, and I'm just going to twist it towards me or away from me just to open that up and make sure I'm not distorting that shape. I'm then going to add that through my calotte and add on my lobster clasp and then close that over, going in the opposite direction. Oh, I love that sound. That sound is so satisfying when you hear it kind of click together. So I usually take it just slightly past the point where those points on the jump ring meet, and then it will snap back lovely and closed. And again on the other side for my other jump ring, again, and rather than holding it just here at the edges, I'm going to try and use as much as that surface area as I can. Just give it a little twist towards me or away from me, whichever you prefer. I always do it towards me. Pop that through the 2 little rings on the top of that calotte and close that over. And now I have my gorgeous finished necklace. So all I need to do is just open up that lobster clasp, and there you go. As easy as that. So let me bring myself up big and I'll try and show you what it looks like on. So again, I'm not wearing the right neckline, I think, for this, but it will just sit really beautifully. Obviously, the more pearls you add, the more you can make that sit a little bit lower. You might want to add less and make it sit a little bit higher. You might want to have it like, really short, like a proper collar like that. Margaret says, the first time I used culottes and crimps, I put them on the wrong way. Squeezed, crimped, had to redo. Still don't know how I manage a senior moment. You live and you learn, don't you, Margaret? There's been numerous, anybody who watches me regularly will see there's always something that goes wrong. If it's not tech, it's user error, and I will mess something up. I will, once I don't even know what necklace it was, made a gorgeous necklace. The lava bead ones that we did, it came apart and I didn't put 2 crimp beads on. I didn't crimp the bead properly. And just as I was putting the clasps together, it come off. So I was like, okay, we'll redo that. But then I had 2 sides slightly different in length. I was like, I'm going to have to wear it like this. But I also managed to keep that one for me, because we can't send that back as product to the warehouse, can we? So maybe it was worth doing. Jackie says, that finish is fab. Never seen it before. We'll be using that in future. Thank you. You are most welcome. Lucy says, it's such a lovely piece. Thank you so much for showing us. You are welcome. And Joanne says, it's lovely. They are absolute bargains for you today. For each necklace, they are only £7.50. And if you buy 2 of them, you're getting 25% off. We are really quick. I say we, it's not me. I can't take the credit for this. The warehouse team are incredibly quick at putting your orders together. So if you order today, there's a good chance you'll probably have them in a couple of days, or at least by the end of the week. If you spend over £30, your shipping is usually free as well, depending on where you're ordering from in the world, and we ship worldwide. So if you've enjoyed today, here's the link that Lucy's kindly shared, totalybeads.co.uk. Click in there, you can see the tutorials. This will take you to the Facebook tutorial, and you can watch me all over again making them. They're really, really quick to do. They're really beautiful pieces, and I'm absolutely sure that you're going to love them just as much as I do. So thank you for joining me today. Diane, yeah, it would be nice with the silver stones. Yeah, we like that. Judith says it's also beautiful. So thank you for joining me today. I will be back with you on Wednesday. As I say, we're going to do some rings together. Again, really simple, straightforward makes. So don't be put off if it's wire, because there's no weaving or anything like that. You're just using them to make the kind of frame for your shank. So that's what I'll be doing with you on Wednesday. I think Kitty will be with you on Friday. And then before we know it, it'll be nearly Easter. So have a lovely, lovely week. And I will see you then. So